Hey guys, so this is just a short video to update a bit about season 2 situation and speculate a bit as well. There's two things to talk about. First one is a bit shorter. This guy on YouTube, I can't pronounce that, but this guy, he posted a bit of a short video. I think it was taken in China. It was an interview with Nicola, so Riot CEO, and he said that he literally just watched on an airplane episode 3 of season 2.
I just watched the third episode of season 2 before my flight to China. So we're making progress on it. It is not ready yet.
That's sort of where they're at, which means that they are finishing episode 3. And he also mentioned that it's not actually quite done yet. So it doesn't look like we'll see Arcane season 2 in this year, maybe next year, I guess. He explained the reasons behind it. Obviously, they care about quality. And then the other reason was that he said that they didn't really foresee the success of season 1. They didn't really start preparations for season 2 ahead, as normally many shows do. For example, The Last of Us was surely already working on season 2 because it was obviously guaranteed that it would be a success. With Arcane, they had some doubts. If you've watched the Bridging the Rift documentary, you know that there have been many issues along the way, many doubts, or even restarting from the bottom. So that's where we are at. Episode 3, not even done yet. We're gonna wait a while, but that's fine, obviously, because we all want it as soon as possible, but we also want it to be as good as season 1, so we prefer the done product rather than a rushed product. Obviously, I'm speaking for most of us, I'm guessing. Now, the other thing I want to discuss about that I am more excited about. Caitlyn, so Caitlyn, voice actress, she visited a Comic-Con and she was interviewed, and she dropped some hints when it comes to Caitlyn in season 2 that got me overly excited. I'm so excited for season 2 right now again, because what she said sounds awesome. She didn't obviously share much, she's not allowed, the NDA and whatnot, but what she said, you can sort of decipher that. At least what I got from it is that season 2 is going to be a good one for Caitlyn. So let's go through some bits of these videos first, then we can speculate a bit. The first one was just her generally speaking that she's excited.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I just did some recording for season 2 of Arcane a few days ago, and I can say that it is looking really good.
Then she goes on saying how she got into the project and whatnot, so it doesn't really matter for season 2 bit. But what I'm getting out of this is that since she is excited, it means, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that means that Caitlyn potentially does not die in season 2. Because this is something that we've been really worried about, right? I made a video about that before, but since the lead writers, they told us that Caitlyn and Vi arc, that we're going to love some parts of it, but we are probably going to hate some parts of it. So we've been speculating in the other video, I won't repeat that, but long story short, there have been some theories, maybe Vi losing her memory, like she did in League of Legends lore. Then other stuff, we obviously know that there will be a Jinx, Caitlyn, Vi dynamic, especially after that leaked image from Bridging the Rift, when on one of the PCs you can see Caitlyn sitting on a sofa with her father. It looks like he is grieving, there are flowers over there, she's probably comforting him. We will have that whole arc of Caitlyn possibly going after revenge if her mother dies, or maybe they're sort of trying to fool us. Yeah, there's many theories, but if Caitlyn is excited, I doubt she'd be excited for a poor storyline, for example, something that breaks our hearts. But yeah, let's move on to the other ones. In the next one, she's just mentioning the process of recording voice lines, because she just finished recording some voice lines for season 2, and she said this.
But most of the time there's a director on the screen who will just say the lines to me and then I have to respond, and not that they're not like great actors, because I'm sure they could kind of give me a performance if they wanted, but I think they try and keep it neutral. So then I'm responding to Vi saying something that might be potentially romantic, and it will just be very dead, and I'll just have to kind of respond in the way that I would want to respond as Caitlyn.
What I got out of it is that there are potentially romantic lines in season 2. Now, obviously, that's given, considering everything that has happened in season 1. But, you know, there are still people that consider Caitlyn and Vi good friends. The romantic storyline, it wasn't as directly underlined. It's something that's been happening in between the lines, between them. If you're observing that storyline, their relation, obviously you know that you can go as far as saying that they actually got together and that the rain scene was sort of a breakup thing, potentially. Basically what she said is that there will be romantic lines in season 2. That's something to look forward to. Obviously it was to be expected, but it's good to know. The next one, she describes Caitlyn's clothes.
If you would come to facts as a cosplayer, who would you dress up as?
Oh my god, that's a really good question. I think I'd dress up as Caitlyn because I just did some recording of season 2 and she has some incredible costumes. She looks really good. Yeah, I mean I can't say any more, but I would love to dress up as Caitlyn. You know, I think her costume's really cool.
For tomorrow?
If it's not too late.
Obviously, Caitlyn cannot really wear the clothes that Vi stole for her because they are no longer in the underground. She doesn't really need to wear these clothes. So she's gonna go back to her usual enforcer uniform. I doubt Katie would be excited about that. She will probably wear the sheriff clothes because we know that Caitlyn will become a sheriff in season 2, most probably. So she has these clothes like in the corner of her room even. But that's just 2 costumes, even 1 if you don't count the enforcer one. So what else would be there? Why would she get dressed up? For what occasion? Like, obviously I'm thinking more domestic, maybe something more, yeah, I'm just getting ahead of myself. But yeah, if she would be alone with Vi at home, she wouldn't obviously wear the sheriff clothes. So that's something to look forward to as well. Then she was asked about Caitlyn's arc in season 2.
Which character's storyline are you most excited about in season 2?
I think I'm excited mostly. Just trying not to give anything away, but I think with season 1 for Caitlyn, like I felt her pain in season 1. You know, she had. There was a lot of kind of weight on her shoulders, kind of to do the right thing. She's kind of like, she's a justice warrior. She wants to do things correctly and she wants to do things for the people. She believes in equality and justice and all these things, and and obviously she's a bit of a goody two-shoes in comparison with Vi. And I think we get to see a different side of her in the next season. So I'm really excited for people to see that arc, that journey. And also it's been really exciting for me to play that as well. Yeah.
Again, I don't think she'd be excited if Caitlyn's story arc finished with, for example, Jinx killing her. Obviously, we are going to see some sort of a revenge path, which means that Caitlyn will become less of a black and white character. She's gonna have a personal motive to go after Jinx, assuming that Cassandra Kierman dies, rather than a objectively speaking professional motive. Like in season 1, she was just doing her enforcer job. In season 2, if Jinx is the reason that her mother dies or anyone else in the council room, she knows all of them, possibly Cassandra, then she's gonna have a motive to go after her. We know how morally complicated that gets with Vi being Jinx's sister. What I'm getting out of this is that Caitlyn will have an amazing storyline. If the voice actress, who we know has a personal connection with the character, is excited, then I'm excited too, because I was obviously, and still I'm worried about Caitlyn and Vi, but I'm becoming a bit optimistic after that interview. Then she was asked about Vi and Caitlyn.
Between Caitlyn and Vi.
Oh, I can't tell you that. I mean, all I can tell you is that No, I can't tell you.
Well, then the second question.
I'm telling you a lot by not telling you.
Yeah, okay, I keep that in mind.
I'm telling you a lot by not telling you. That says so much. Obviously, again, I'm gonna say it does seem like Caitlyn and Vi will have a romantic storyline. Considering the Reddit thread that I have discussed many times before, I'd love to start off their storyline from a bad place, because then it can only get better. I wouldn't want them to have a happy storyline straight away, and if Cassandra dies, then I really doubt that Caitlyn would be interested in a relationship pursuit straight away. There'd have to be some grief process and whatnot, so I'm just hoping that they start from a bad place, that being the bad place, and that it just keeps getting better and better to a happier place. So I'm hoping the bad part, the part that we won't be happy about, that would be the grief to start with. But other than that, it just seems that they're going to be fine, to me at least. I don't know, maybe I'm being overly optimistic. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Maybe it's all of that combined. I'm just really looking forward to this storyline, and I think the League of Legends default place where Arcane is supposed to take us to is Caitlyn and Vi sort of together being partners. I'm cautiously optimistic about season 2. Next, she was asked about a nickname for Vi that Caitlyn would potentially use.
Do you know what? I think she would probably call her by her full name, Violet. I think that would be quite a tease, because I think Vi is such a cool name. I'm not sure Vi likes her full name, to be honest. You know, I think there's a reason why she doesn't, because Violet is, you know, I guess I would see it as quite feminine and quite lovely, and that's the last thing Vi would want to hear. So I would, as Caitlyn, I'd probably call her Violet.
That's so cool too. Out of this, I'm not necessarily getting that is going to happen. It did feel like she was speculating a bit, but I do see her point. Caitlyn calling Violet would sort of bring Vi down from that persona that's a bit defensive to one that's a bit vulnerable, so to speak. Next, she was asked about her favorite Vi and Caitlyn line.
Oh, that's a hard one, because I feel like I really enjoy all the scenes between Vi and Caitlyn, and like the moments they have. The most precious moments are the ones where they don't say anything to each other. But if I had to choose a line, probably when Vi calls her cupcake and she says, "Shut up." Yeah, that's a really cute moment.
Again, if she's enjoying Caitlyn and Vi moments, then first of all, there are going to be moments. Second of all, there won't necessarily be tragic ones. And finally, she was asked about props. That's a little bit of a hint as well.
I think it would have been helpful to have like something I could hold on to, because there are certain moments when Caitlyn, you know, when she's fighting, okay, I'm giving stuff away now, but when she's maybe in action, whether she's running or she's fighting or just like breathing heavily or trying to climb out of something, I think it's always helpful to be able to grab onto something. But there's nothing that you can't, because then they're afraid that you might make extra background noise.
What I'm getting out of this is that obviously Caitlyn will get her League of Legends gun, the one that we know from League of Legends. She lost her gun because she gave it up for the sake of saving Vi's life. That was a gun that was given to her by her father, and in League of Legends lore, Jace makes a special gun for her. And I think that's what's going to happen exactly in season 2. What Caitlyn was hinting at is that she would love to have sort of a gun when she's doing action scenes. In season 2 there will be action scenes. Caitlyn will use her gun. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to sort of brief you on in case you missed that. I know that this might seem minor, but with nothing to go on with, I consider this quite major, because we got so much out of that interview, and we also know where they're at with Arcane season 2. Yeah, it's just basically good to know when you have nothing to go on with at the moment. Not even a single trailer, anything. All we have so far is that tiny bit of a teaser. Yeah, I think that if the voice actress is happy about about Caitlyn's story arc, then we can somewhat feel safe about season 2. And that's what I wanted to share, I guess, end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're getting out of these interviews in the comments down below. Check out that video I made about season 2. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I will be posting an Arcane essay. A very cool one, by the way. I'm so excited about it. It will be a longer one, so in the upcoming days I'll post that. Stay safe, guys. This was Ola from Stop Neo channel. Bye.